Welcome to the powerful journey of Los Angeles County, a place where dreams are born, fires rage, and resilience rises from the ashes. This is the story of a land shaped by ambition, nature, and the enduring spirit of its people. Los Angeles County, a land of contrasts and endless reinvention, rests along the southern edge of California, where the desert meets the ocean and the mountains cast long shadows over sprawling cities. Long before it became a symbol of fame, fashion, and the California dream, this land was sacred ground to the Tongva people. For centuries, these Native American communities lived in harmony with the land, drawing life from the rivers, hills, and coastlines that still shape the region today. Spanish explorers arrived in the 18th century, changing the course of this land forever. Missions were built. Settlements grew. Then, in the mid-1800s, the United States took hold of the region, and a sleepy pueblo known as El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora la Reina de los Ángeles began its transformation. The gold rush, followed by the arrival of the railroad, created a boomtown. With opportunity on every street corner, new settlers poured in. Los Angeles County was officially established in 1850, marking the beginning of a new era. As the 20th century approached, Los Angeles County began to reinvent itself. Oil was discovered, and the region quickly became one of the largest oil producers in the nation. This newfound wealth fueled development, attracting more settlers, businesses, and dreamers. Then came the entertainment revolution. A place called Hollywood, nothing more than a small, dusty community, was poised to become the global epicenter of film. The movie industry exploded in the 1910s and 1920s. Studios popped up along Sunset Boulevard, and stars were born overnight. Los Angeles wasn't just growing, it was glowing. This transformation gave the county a new identity, one that wrapped fantasy and glamour into its real-life urban sprawl. As the entertainment industry expanded, so did the county, spilling out in every direction. The post-war boom brought freeways, suburbs, and waves of new residents. Immigrants from around the world found new homes in East LA, Koreatown, Little Armenia, and dozens of other enclaves that transformed the region into a patchwork of culture, language, and resilience. Los Angeles County became not just a place, but an idea. A place where people came to start over, to reach higher, to make something out of nothing. But beneath this dreamscape, danger brewed. The same Mediterranean climate that brought sunshine and mild winters also brought dry summers and intense winds. The Santa Ana winds, hot, dry gusts from the inland deserts, blew through the canyons and mountains with terrifying force. These winds met the dry chaparral and brush that blanketed the hillsides. Fire often followed. Wildfires are not new to Southern California. They are as much a part of the ecosystem as the ocean tides or earthquakes. But as more people moved into Tennyton, the wildland-urban interface, where homes press up against natural landscapes, the stakes grew higher. Fires that once burned through remote hillsides now tore through neighborhoods. One of the early warnings came with the Bel Air fire in 1961. It consumed over 6,000 acres and destroyed nearly 500 homes. What shocked many was the sheer speed of the fire. Fueled by dry brush and gusting winds, it moved faster than anyone expected, forcing evacuations in some of the wealthiest parts of the city. As the decades rolled on, the fires only grew in number and ferocity. The 2003 Cedar Fire, although centered in San Diego County, sent thick black smoke into Los Angeles skies. Then, in 2007, a series of wildfires raged across Southern California, turning the skies orange and forcing mass evacuations in places like Malibu, Agua Dulce, and Topanga Canyon. Climate change began to intensify California's natural fire season. Droughts grew longer, temperatures climbed higher, vegetation dried out faster, and human activity, campfires, power lines, arson, often sparked the blaze. In 2018, the Woolsey Fire became a grim milestone. It began in the hills of Simi Valley and rapidly moved toward the ocean, consuming nearly 100,000 acres and leaving a trail of ash in its wake. It destroyed over 1,600 structures and killed 3 people. Malibu, a city known for its luxury and beauty, faced total devastation. Celebrities and working-class families alike watched their homes burn. Nothing about wildfire cared for status or wealth. Firefighters, many working around the clock with limited resources, became heroes. Helicopters dumped water by the ton. Strike teams traveled from across the state and even across the country to help. But still, the fires raged. More followed. The Bobcat Fire in 2020, the Lake Fire, the Palisades Fire. Each season brought new names, new scars, and new fears. Families evacuated with pets and photo albums, unsure if they'd return to a home or a pile of rubble. In January 2025, Los Angeles County was struck by one of the most catastrophic fire events in its history. 14 separate wildfires broke out across the county over just 24 days, fueled by prolonged drought conditions, record-high temperatures, and unforgiving Santa Ana winds. Among the most devastating were the Eaton Fire in Altadena and the Palisades Fire in Pacific Palisades. These fires were unprecedented in scale and impact. More than 200,000 residents were evacuated from their homes, and over 18,000 structures were destroyed. The fires claimed the lives of at least 30 individuals and left entire communities smoldering in their wake. At one point, the skies above Los Angeles turned an eerie orange, choked with thick smoke that lingered for weeks. The economic toll was staggering, with estimated insured losses exceeding $20 billion, marking this as possibly the most costly wildfire disaster in U.S. history. As the flames raged, housing shortages worsened, rents spiked, and thousands were left searching for permanent shelter. More than 7,500 emergency personnel were deployed, including the California National Guard and highly trained inmate crews from the California Conservation Camp Program. Aerial support, ground strike teams, and fire containment strategies were pushed to their limits. Though the blazes were eventually tamed, they left behind a scorched and shaken region. In the aftermath, the fires of 2025 have become a watershed moment. They have pushed city officials and state leaders to re-evaluate fire policy, community planning, and emergency response. There is now a renewed emphasis on early warning systems, infrastructure hardening, fire-resilient building codes, and the urgent need for collective climate action. Despite the devastation, Los Angeles County endures. Communities rebuild. Nature regrows. Hillsides blackened by flame burst into wildflowers within months. People return to their neighborhoods with stronger resolve, but the conversation has shifted. People are asking harder questions. How do we live with fire? Can we build smarter? Can we protect our most vulnerable residents? Can we balance growth with safety? New technology is helping. Satellite imaging, advanced weather forecasting, and drone surveillance are giving firefighters better tools. Building codes are being updated. Public awareness campaigns educate residents on fire-safe landscaping and emergency preparation. Controlled burns are being used to reduce the fuel that can make fires worse. And through it all, Los Angeles continues to grow. Its skyline changes, its people evolve. But it never forgets. To understand Los Angeles County is to understand both the beauty and the cost of ambition. It is a place that has been shaped by waves, of people, of progress, and of flame, from the rich cultural celebrations of Boyle Heights to the quiet shores of Long Beach, from the bustling streets of downtown to the winding trails of the Santa Monica Mountains. This county pulses with life. Every wildfire tells a story, not just of destruction, but of rebirth. Homes lost, then rebuilt. Trees burned, then sprouted. Communities shaken, then strengthened. Los Angeles County is not just a geographic location. It's a living organism, a breathing, burning, healing story that continues to unfold. And even as the fires come, as they surely will again, the people of Los Angeles stand ready, not just to survive, but to rebuild, to dream, and to rise from the ashes once more. Thanks for watching.